Oh my god, dude. What the fuck
Dude,
is
hold
going
on.
on?
Before we get started here, I don't know if it's my feet or your feet, but one of our feet smells straight up like cat piss bad.
Dude, I did work like 12 hours today. You're gonna make me go.
Hold on. For everybody out there listening, here's what happened. Our mics were picking up a little bit too much pop in the background, so we took one of our socks off each and put it on our microphone, and that's what we have to smell every time we're talking into the microphone.
And we're talking skateboard, and I worked 12 hours straight. You know, I've been running around. These things are seasoned.
It's 12:49 a.m. right now.
I've been going since fucking 8, so dude.
Just a heads up, do you know you have the biggest pimple on the side of your head?
Dude,
I can't believe I didn't notice that till just now.
I was really hoping you weren't going to point that out, but at least we had the mics rolling. All right, this thing is the size of a June bug.
I gotta get my shoe out of here. At least my socks got skulls on it. What do you got? Family Dollar stripes?
Bro, I got them Izods. Dude, these things are $100 back in the day.
Woo! Anyway, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know who we are, but just in case you don't, Sam, I think it's time for you to step up to the plate and paint a mental vivid image in the form of a freestyle. 3, 2, 1, go!
Is that what you want, a freestyle? I can do this shit for at least a quarter fucking mile. Got the Nova in the garage, going faster than Gary Graves' garage. That's his asshole bitch ass. Oh, that's Cramp The Stupid, yo, straight foolish period. Cramping on your motherfucking flow, yo. That's how we do it, bro. Gary Graves, Sam Miller, straight thriller, straight killer, straight getting it.
How many balls we got, though?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 in a row. But one is non-cancerous, bro. I got it checked out in my 15th year of conception. Oh my God, look at my Go ahead, erection though.
What do we look like?
Well, I'm a little shorter. I got a mohawk that shoots up to the solar. You're a little taller, a Neanderthaler, a beard that grows a little farther than mine. Oh, well, what do you expect, boy? That's in my gene pool. Now, you got long hair, maybe, no hair on your ball sack, cause I blew that shit off, and I don't mean sexually, I mean with a fireball. Oh.
Alright, wait.
What?
Dude, what is that smell? Oh.
That smell? Ooh, that smell! No, it might be my jock. Or maybe it's this mic trying to give me Mr. Socko in this mankind. It ain't being too kind, though.
Wait! Why is it so hot up in this bitch?
This the devil's addict. I feel like we in traffic with a little asthmatic, fucking anxious. Damn, it's making me so sick. Where's my chapstick? It's got my shit chapping harder than my ass dick.
Your ass dick. I'm so glad that freestyle's over.
Me too.
The whole time he's over here, he's getting into it, he's standing up, he's grabbing on his microphone. And
I'm jerking this shit, bro.
This pimple on the side of his face, I thought for sure it was going to pop and explode all over me.
The only white you're going to see.
Dude, it's bad. It's like the size of a marble, man. I've been playing with it all day, too, hoping it'd go away. But
just a backstory, this computer, this laptop we got set up here is the most piece of shit one. And I don't know exactly what he's doing. It's so hot up in here. And he tried to plug in the AC unit, and I heard a
oh, dude.
And I smell like burnt flesh.
Dude, seriously, I had a flashback or something. This is bad news, bears. And then we got this ghetto rig ass thing going on here. What is this? I got headphones, but his headphones are off of my headphones, which are off of the box, which are off of the mics. This is a jungle in here, dude. This is a jungle
for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, in all seriousness, a little bit more about who we are and our background.
We are the unrestricted members of society. When we
unrestrained, maybe.
Exactly. When we think of something, man, we might jot it down on paper, but we try to make that a reality. And what we think about is way more far-fetched than your typical.
Speaking of that, do you ever jot down like little tiny drawings for the skits that we're going to do?
Absolutely, dude. Just about every one of them. I mean, it's just, it helps you paint a picture, you know?
I was sitting at the coffee shop today, and I had this little notepad, and I was sketching out some stuff. What about poo ball? You get up in a tree, drop your pants, and have like a baseball costume or whatever on, and then I'll get underneath it with a baseball bat, and we'll have a third person underneath me, like a 3-tiered thing, and you take a shit, and we'll have like that theme song playing, that, you know, however it goes.
Right. Take me out to the ball.
And then they'll have me swinging at slow motion, trying to smash this shit right up against the tree.
Dude, I'll just save up a shit for a day or two, and you'll have a good sized softball guaranteed.
Good, let's do it.
But seriously, we're more of like a stunt duo, like the Terror Twins.
Stunt duo. No, for real, we're not. I wouldn't even consider us a stunt group anymore because it always boils back down to me and you, no matter what it is. We've had 3 or 4 people that tried to film with us, and when it came down to it, they just weren't cut out for it.
Either they wouldn't commit, or they hesitate so long that it's just so fake and not even fun, and it's just bullshit, man.
It's always been a lifestyle choice for us, even before we started filming all this.
Yeah, but definitely Magnum's not lifestyle.
We just film it for you guys, for your viewing pleasure.
You like that? You like that shit?
I say about like 90% of the stuff from back in the day, like good shit that we should have filmed, was not filmed.
There has been some of my favorite ones that I've ever accomplished never got put on film.
Dude,
I mean, they were
speaking of
filmed,
that,
but who knows where the hell it went.
I think one of my favorite times that we had not filming that should have been filmed was behind Walmart, sledding. Remember when it snowed out really bad? They had like this big ditch thing that was like, what?
Yeah, they were
20 feet deep or so?
right, they were in
it
the
was like
middle,
a sheer drop.
They were in the middle of demolishing, and they created this huge embankment. I mean, this thing was gnarly as hell.
The gnarliest sledding you've probably ever seen, like head first.
It was Black Diamond shit.
Right.
But
head first, on our backs, like front flip in, back flip in.
What about the time at the skate park? We used to ride for the skate shop.
Adrenaline Zone?
Adrenaline Zone, yeah. That was right. They were literally, they had the
They
best
get
seat in the
shut
house.
down because the dude for the skate shop was selling coke or something out of it.
yeah.
After he wrecked the filmer's car.
Yeah,
On
like
Bardstown Road.
that was when like a 350Z was new, and he wrecked his like brand new vehicle,
First
dude.
of all,
Oh
I
my
can't believe
god.
that idiot let him drive it.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
Anyways, this skate shop was seated right next to our big park, Louisville skate park, and we went on this like ghetto haphazard road trip in this like 70s Chevy van Deuce wagon.
Do you remember how that road trip started off?
I think
Like before we even like got on the bus, we
you
found
had
this,
to eat breakfast, bro.
I did it. I ate a scrambled dried bird egg that was like, it smelled like straight death.
Dude, that's because it is death. It was the dead chicklet. That thing has been sitting there rotting in a nest for who the hell knows how long.
It was open. The top was cracked on it.
But
It was
there
like
was
a nest
dried
that
up-
fell out of a tree, if I'm remembering right.
Right.
It was like dried and crusty, and you could smell it like 10 feet away.
Yeah, it was nappy, but that's
And we found the smell. And didn't we both eat it, or was it just me?
I think just you ate that. That's how we kicked it
that
off,
was,
though.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Right. And do you remember what was it, the night that we got back? Was it, or was it a different night? When we did the hot iron branding and the nails and the.
Well, all right. Backstory here: Adrenaline Zone wasn't just a skateboard shop; it was a skateboard and bike shop. So they had like the parts laying all over the place, and we were in the back filming, and we found like this a coffee pot heater upper thing.
It was a Bunsen burner.
A Bunsen burner. There we go. And we found this bike sprocket and set it on there, and we left it there for like 20 minutes. Actually, we forgot about it, and we went in the next room, and when we came back, this thing was molten red. It was just like shining.
It was as red as the burner was.
Well, just
Easy.
to speak how red it was, we picked it up and dropped it. We picked it up with like prongs or something. When we dropped it on the floor, it burnt through the linoleum, burnt into the wood, and it took us like 5 or 10 minutes just to pick it out.
And guess where we put that?
Was that the brand on my right leg or left leg?
It was
on the back of my calf.
Yeah. And it's like you go around and sometimes you'll see like a biker with like a sprocket. That shit's you went as hard as it gets, dude.
Do you
Hot
remember
iron sprocket brand. But
Do
then
you remember the trip we took right after that? We were in Reading, Pennsylvania, and it was with our filmer, a guy that rode on the skate shop too.
Oh
and then,
god, yeah.
I guess a friend. I can't remember who all went. But anyway, or 2 friends.
Dane, I think, was there maybe, and
There's a whole bunch of people there, but everybody's asleep, and we didn't have the car because we rode with them. And we took off walking through this parking lot. It was like a ghetto ass town,
dude. And that was like it was like a knockoff grocery store, and we're in there, and there's nobody out. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I think we were about to go do some launch some carts, do something fucking random or something, or going out looking for something to buy or something.
But a cop pulled up, and this cop, like, he's all cool at first, and apparently a lot of people have been breaking into cars around there, and he pulls up and checks our IDs, and
we
just got arrested.
Yeah, we got arrested before we went on this trip, and we had
shit.
no contact order that apparently
we weren't
these
allowed
cops
within
were
like a
so,
mile of each other or something.
Right, and these cops were so rad, dude. They were like, well, he's got Gary over there by the car, and he looks over, and I see him pointing him, and he's like, is that Sam Miller? Is that the guy you're not supposed to be around? And he's just like, and we done told him all the crazy shit we do.
First of all, one cop pulled up, and then next thing you know, we're surrounded by like 8 squad cars, and then the chief of police pulls up in like an SUV.
Right. And that dude was sick.
The chief of police was the dude that came over and was talking to me about all that.
Right. And he was like, we showed them the wild stuff we do, and they were digging it, and they were loving it, And
that one cop looked at the back on my leg, and he goes like, bro, what is that? He goes, you got an infection or something. And I looked down, and it was that big old burn on the back of my leg. And this cop's like, you might need to get that checked out.
But the same cop that said, hey, you guys know you're not supposed to be around each other is the same cop that was like, hey, dude, here's a card. Yeah, he's like, here's a card. If you get into any trouble, call me, man. I'll come and I'll make things happen.
So good.
Right,
yeah.
right.
But actually, he gave us a ride to the gas station to get something to drink, and he drove us around town and dropped us off at the hotel when we were done.
That was sick, dude. But also, back to the adrenaline zone thing, when that same night, we came up with you ever seen a worm that's been dissected in science class,
right? We were so
right?
pumped on filming that night.
Right. So you got your science class worm. Okay, well, take that in the kinkiest, most fucked up way you can think.
The kinkiest 3-inch way you could think.
Then you shut up, ho. And then you have me. Okay, so what we did is we got a piece of plywood, and I took my dick out and laid it on the plywood, and we took these nails. I think it was one on the same on each side, 4 maybe.
We set a 2x4, a chunk of 2x4 on the table, and
it was like and then we basically I had everybody nail in. I think everybody did one nail in a nail, and it spread my foreskin.
You look like one of those.
Wait, does it count as foreskin? Do you have foreskin if you're circumcised? Either way, it's the I'm circumcised. The excess skin.
Excess skin.
So I tapped that shit down. Then the guy's holding me from jumping, hits the damn piece of plywood. Mind you, my dick is nailed to it, and my dick goes down with the plywood, with my body following as fast as I possibly could behind it, off the chair. It was fantastic.
Weren't they one of them was like a drywall nail or something, and it got nailed into where the head of the nail was inside your skin, or was that a different story? No, that was a staple gun. We'll get to that.
The nut thing? Yeah, that's different. But so then we go up to the skate park, and because it's right there, and we're out filming all this stuff.
You already took your nuts or your.
No, I still have nails in because I go to the skate park and I'm showing everybody. I'm like, yo, check out what the hell we just did,
Remember that fat guy?
Yeah, everybody was so pumped on it. And then,
give me one of those nails, bro.
This dude comes out of nowhere and he's like, yo, can I have one of those? It's like a keepsake. It's like,
he's like, I'm going to cherish this shit forever.
Sure, why not? I got more than that. I got 3 or 4.
Is that the same night as the gauntlet?
Yeah, the vert ramp gauntlet.
Yes.
Yeah, that was gnarly. We took these super thick dowel rods, dude, and we just let at each other. Yeah, we did the dowel rod thing.
I'm thinking of is when we tied ourselves together with the rope and we dropped it at the same time, and everybody at the skate park came up there and threw their boards under our feet when we dropped in this 13-foot vert ramp.
We did that too, though. We did a lot of shit that night. We did that, and we also did the dowel rod where you dropped in and smacked me in the ass with a full-on dowel rod. Right. Yeah. But yeah, we also did the gauntlet, that sucked.
What we're saying is 90% of the stuff that we haven't filmed, which we should have filmed because the footage would have been fantastic.
So what's your favorite one that we haven't either filmed, lost, or haven't released? Because there's this one that I did that I'm so fucking proud of.
Which one are you talking about? Can we talk about it on here?
Yeah, this one's not so bad, but I know it's never been done. Now, it's the whole buried alive thing. That thing was I loved it because it is what it is. It's like you got me buried
2 summers ago. All right, 2 summers ago we had, or 3 summers ago.
It was a while. It was probably 4, but either way.
A photographer that followed us around while he was in college, and he was doing photo blogs on us, using us as his story.
Yeah.
And every time he came out, we tried to think of something crazy or like something to do. And this particular time when he came out, we built a coffin.
Yep. It's something that we kind of always talked about, and it's something I've always wanted to do is just get buried alive, but I took it to the next fucking level. So we built this thing, and it took us forever because we found a place where we can dig what we wanted to dig. And you can't, let's be real, you can't bury a coffin 6 feet under without it collapsing. I did a little research about that. So we went, maybe half of that or something. But I was well under the ground.
All I know is it took too long to dig. I was over it by the time we were done.
Dude, it took 2 or 3 days to dig that hole. Of course, we did it with no backhoe. We don't have that bullshit financing, which would be nice. I ain't gonna lie. But so we did that, and so I demised this idea. I was like, you know what, dude? I want to bong beers through the dirt. How the hell can we do that?
You put the hole in it, but that also led to hotboxing it too.
Oh, absolutely. So we ran these pool noodles through the dirt. By my feet and up by my face, right under my face, so I can, when I'm in there. And it was claustrophobic. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was crazy. So I'm down there and I have a light, but I think the phone died or something, so that was pretty useless.
You were down there probably like a good 30, 40 minutes or so.
Oh yeah, easy, yeah, and it wasn't bad. I could have did more, but the thing is so we have PBRs getting poured down these noodles. My mouth right under them. I'm bonging. I think I bonged 2, 3 maybe, and then we had a homeboy come up and he brought this killer kush. This shit was gnarly.
Well, the pool noodle that you was pouring the beer down, we also had one down by his feet, and we hooked up like a.
It was like a bong, like
a
a
bong
Incredible or something. Yeah.
At the end of it, so we were hitting it with the pool noodle that we were pouring the beer down, and it was sucking through the coffin, out the other pool noodle. Like he was like the middleman, getting so stoned. In there.
Dude, I was absolutely Asian stir fry baked.
Just remember, guys, we don't smoke.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Anyways, so everybody, and I'm still under there, mind you, and then all this weed smoke finally made its way in, and now everybody got to come up. There was probably between 6 to 10 people came up and got a rip off my coffin while I'm in the dirt. Proud.
Oh man, there's gonna be a really bizarre cut in this radio show due to the fact that.
Well, you guys won't know there was a cut.
Right. Well, you could kind of hear it, but the fact is, my diabetic uncle decided to seize out.
Wait, why did he holler like that?
He does that, dude. He does the whoop and holler.
It was like.
He sounds like a fucking chicken in the morning or something.
Speaking of that, remember back in the day when I used to spend the night at your house, and it would freak the shit out of me. I hear.
Dude. Oh, he was doing some opera and shit, and then all of a sudden you hear a boom. He fucking, he done hit the deck. But that's exactly what just what. Woo! We also picked up a straggler along the way with this cut. We got our homeboy here, Ryan Iceman, a.k.a. Ison, a.k.a.
The Pop Shove It King.
Dude, it is.
It is. What do you...
What it is when it is, you know what I'm saying?
No, but...
Welcome to the show.
Right, dude.
Glad to be here.
It is what it is when you're here.
Hey, man, what it will be, yo. But really, man, we've been with Ryan here, dude. We've been fucking skating and shit since he was probably my earliest skate friend, and it is what it is.
It's like 06.
Dude, before that,
05.
that's when 06 is when we did the
that's
wild
it
ride.
is.
Wild ride. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
yeah.
No, don't remind me that it's been so fucking long that I've been alive.
Oh,
please.
But okay, so anyway, my uncle fucking cracked his head on the window pane and bled out. And
Did he break his nose? Because there's blood everywhere on his nose.
You got a point. I think he did.
It's
I
all
really
split
do.
open and.
Well, when I was on the phone with the EMS, they were like, "Do you see any visual? Is he bleeding? Blah blah blah." And he was already on a side. So I was like, "No, I didn't see shit." And turns out his shit was fucked up. He looked like Two-Face when he rolled back over, dude.
Dude, he was drooling like his drool was like cum.
Yeah, dude.
He sounded like he got knocked out. Well, he probably did get knocked out. But
got
still.
knocked up too.
What you doing, Ryan?
Whatnot. What is that? Here, blood. Hey, what is it? Ooh.
Damn!
God damn, my meat cough, bro. Well, you got that sticky icky.
Dude, do you remember that time all three of us went up to Pennsylvania in your dad's car and Ryan was driving and that girl?
Oh my god!
This girl came out of nowhere. She was a decent looking girl, right?
Right.
But she was all like trying to flirt with us and
dude, she was flirting mad hard with everybody, right? And
so she's like, "You boys want to give me a ride across town?" Ryan's like,
Oh my.
Get in.
Please,
it's like, damn, right off the fucking bat, dude. The bitch just threw the ball. Let's hit this shit.
Yeah. So we drive all the way across town. She's in the car. And then what were we taking her to the liquor store or something?
Yeah.
She was showing us where the liquor store was. That's the first thing we found when we got in town.
So, but
riddle
anyway,
me that.
she's giving us strong hints this whole time. Like she's wanting to get with all three of us at the same time. We get to the liquor store and she's like, "Do you guys believe in God?"
Out of.
Like, have you all heard of Jesus? It's like, oh man, where the fuck did this go?
Jesus is the biggest cock block that I know.
She was all like, "Have you all been saved?" I'm like, "Oh my, what?"
And then Ryan got so
false
paranoid he went to back
advertising.
up, and the door was open. The passenger door was open for her. Did she jump out or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's when
something
she
like
got
that.
out of
And
the car.
Ryan
yeah.
started backing up the car, and there's a
It was my door. It was conveniently my
There's
door.
a tree right here, and he almost ripped the car door off because he's so freaked out.
The fucking hinge was starting to smash in. And I'm like, dude, no, stop.
That was like the first 6 hours that we were in Pennsylvania and we were going to be there for 7 days. Can you imagine going 7 days with no door on the car?
Oh my god! No, can you imagine coming back with no door on the car? I ain't worried about that shit. I ain't worried about being there.
Pissed.
I was always cool with not having fucking roofs and doors and shit on my cars,
so
but
pissed when he bought you that Jeep and we cut it into a convertible, and then we stuck the Christmas tree.
no,
to the
time
top.
out. That's where it started. What happened was, oh my god, I seen the fucking the hate in my dad's eye. He bought me this thing, you know, it was like almost $4,000.
No, this shit wasn't even paid off yet. He was like halfway through payments or so.
No, he paid that shit cash, bro.
You sure?
He got his income tax and he paid that shit cash.
Would you
money.
have to pay him back or something? 'Cause
No,
I remember there was some
my
sort of
first
payments
car.
involved.
No, it was my first car, and he wanted to do it
Yeah,
right. So he
dude,
went.
yeah.
He dropped all that money, dude, and he knew it was a good.
That's
He's a
fucking
mechanic.
dope.
He knew
Yeah.
all that shit. So he gets me that, and it was, we were in Philly the first month after I got it, but then the first thing we did in that thing God, did it piss him off because I told him I was
good.
It was great. It was amazing, but I told him I was gonna do it, and he was like, "You fucking do that? I'll never buy you a car, fix your cars, anything like that shit."
The worst part about it was we did it in his front yard.
Yeah.
What did
And
we
he
do?
came home from work,
What
so
do?
what we did was we had this fucking this lumberjack axe, a double-sided thing.
First of all, tell him what we did first then.
Well, that's what I was working on
I
until
don't
you
know what we
mildly
did
cut
first.
me off
No,
there.
no,
But
no, no,
anyways, so I took this axe and
We got the tree first.
I did we did get the tree. Where did we get the tree from? I don't
We
recall.
chopped it down the side of the road.
Is that the one that we did like near Jeff?
No, that was different.
Oh, well, either way. We did a lot of Christmas tree shopping around
Anyway,
for free.
go to part 2 of what we did then.
Part 2, which is we took the axe, we smashed a hole in the top, and I remember when that thing penetrated,
This
I was
thing
like,
was in
that's the last
mint-
time I'm getting a car
This
from it.
Jeep was in mint condition.
was,
dude.
dude.
That was like,
And
the
you can
best
never
one I've
find
ever
the limiteds either. It was fucking gnarly. So, that was, what do you call, snowball going down a hill effect. It had a hole in it, so I'm like, well, fuck, I want to chop it and make it a goddamn
Well,
convertible.
First of all, we put this Christmas tree on the top of it. We decorated it with all the lights and ornaments and stuff, and then we stuck it in there, like tied it in with rope, and we drove around town for like a good 2 months with this tree in the top.
All the bells and whistles. I had a power AC converter with a plug-in and ran lights all around it. We tied it to where when you do at least 70, the son of a bitch would stand straight up. It never variated,
Speaking of that rope we used with my uncle's, and I cut it in half. His rigging rope.
And he
got
kept
so
asking
mad.
about it, dude.
He's like, Gary, I know you stole that damn rope.
So, like I said, snowball down the hill. We fucking ended up taking the whole top off, calling it a convertible when it obviously can't go back.
Speaking of that, what was that, like 7 years ago we cut that top off?
Oh, yeah.
That shit is still sitting behind the garage out there. My uncle keeps bitching about it to this day. He goes like, tell that faggot to come get his shit.
Fuck that.
There's a lot of
But
shit.
that's good.
What all was out of the Jeep?
Well, we cut that
top?
shit off, did the top. Dude, I had a whole family of mice living in there after that. And I think I seen a snake, which is really fucked up. I don't know if they hooked up and said, what's good, but...
Dude, and all the graffiti on
Graffiti.
it. All over it, dude.
Yeah, let's backtrack. That's how it started. The graffiti really was the step one. That's really what it was. We went up, and all of our homeboys painted on it. That was step one. Then the axe. Then cutting it off. Then we went back 4x4 and I said, we got Gary in the passenger seat, a couple friends in the back, and we had it cut off so people could sit in the way back, stand up, whatever. Well, I got the bright idea. I was like, well, shit, there's a nice tree coming up, and what if I just smoke the fucking tree? I thought I could take it out. It was fairly thin. It dead stopped, dude. People were fucking bleeding and bashed their head off the seats, and then the next summer when I turned the AC on,
Don't drink and drive.
oh, duh. But it wasn't on a state road, so whatever. But so then the next summer when I turned the AC on, for some reason the water pump blew out of it because of that tree, and I fucking overheated it and just destroyed it. Oh shit!
I was really hoping that chair was going to tip over.
Sorry, I had to get that one in there.
All right. Not to throw Ryan on the spot, but here you go. Tell us a story.
What do you gotta say?
You got 45 seconds starting now.
All right, so it was like 2006. My dad surprised me and Sam with a impromptu skate trip. It's like, you can go anywhere you want. What do you want to do?
15 seconds.
The America Wild Ride Tour ended up happening at the same time. It's the pro crew from America. You got Reynolds and everybody. And he surprised. Man, don't put me on.
25
spot like
seconds.
that.
Get the fuck out of here, boy.
So he made friends with the bus driver somehow, and Sam and I ended up on the
35.
pro bus, and we were getting off at these spots with like
Yeah.
Reynolds and like Templeton.
And you got Safransky rolling up a doober on the fucking
45,
Transworld with
time's
one
up.
of them. Nobody cares about you.
Dude, no, like, so we're sitting there, and he just busts out this huge bag of weed and rolls up the fattest blunt I've ever seen
Yeah, that was some sticky
on a
shit.
Thrasher mag.
That was dope. And I think one of them were on the cover. I don't recall exactly, but I feel like one of them were on the cover because that was kind of like badass, like in the whole aspect.
Yeah, it was right on the main cover. I can't fucking remember who it was, but dude, that was crazy.
It was good, dude, because it was like campfire nights. Like it was so like, it's gonna sound fucking gay, intimate.
Yeah, like, I mean, who the fuck gets to hang out with a crew like that when you're 16 maybe?
Dude, they did Skate Tour so good, especially with that one, because you went, you hung out with pro skateboarders, you could skate with them, and then they would tell you, hey, we're going camping here. Show up if you want to. So then you got kids out camping and
Yep.
shit.
Yeah.
Like something that, to this day, would probably like pulling teeth for the fucking generations out here.
Dude,
you
like,
know?
they just, can you imagine something like that? Like, it was so cool. And we had breakfast the next day with them
Oh, yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
And
I think your dad bought the breakfast, didn't he, or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, he footed the bill for that, which I thought was pretty sick. It was
Yeah.
like some old ass diner. That was a pretty cool place.
Yeah, like
But-
a 50s style.
yeah.
Speaking of food, let's prank call somebody. Because it's not related at all, but I think we should prank call somebody. Not the Pentagon this
Unless
time.
you're hungry for a prank call. All right, Ryan, get the digits out. Whip us up something magical. I'm talking make it random as fuck.
So random. Don't forget *67.
And
We got it.
oh
What
shit.
number did you dial?
Please check the number and dial again.
Come on, Ryan. That's
no.
not even a legit number.
Man, that was-
bitch blocked your ass.
All right, you lost that one. I'm going random as could be on this one.
*671.
Hang on. No, already got one typed in. I have no idea whose it is.
No,
It was-
don't include the one. It wasn't working.
The one was working, wasn't it?
Take the one out.
Well, that's fine.
Well, one is the loneliest
Went
number.
and clicked it. Here we go.
Let me see what number you got here.
$5, bet you it won't work.
$5? That's a good
$5.
deal. Is that
That's
10?
for him.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I got this.
Oh, sorry, Ryan. I gave you the Pentagon's number.
You shouldn't have shown him I had the best build-up.
Oh, shit. I was getting nervous because just picture them like they could backtrack it. And the only person that searched with the Pentagon's number in the past 20 minutes was me.
You know what I was gonna ask him?
What?
I'm like, now just how many goddamn sides you got up in that Pentagon?
How many what?
Sides. I'm doing the math quiz.
Poison control.
All right,
We'll look at
here's
poison
another
control.
one.
Indiana Poison Center, may I help you?
Yeah, I have an issue that I need to talk to somebody about. I took some medicines and I think they were mixed. I'm not sure. Can you give me any information on this stuff?
Baby.
Yeah, so I took, I was at a party and I had an illicit, I guess it was some drug. They didn't really say. They said something with an ain on it, but it turns out that they revealed to me later that it wasn't anything illegal and that they had mixed some Viagra with X-Lax and pranked me. And this is horrible. I have this weird gut feeling, and it was a lot. I mean, the line was as long as a cell phone. Well, but I got this weird gut feeling, and it feels like there's something really rock hard brewing in my stomach. Is there something I should do about this? You know, it's weird. I have this sensation in the front end that's, you know, obviously hard. I'm not trying to be personal here, but and then I got this sensation in my rear, and I feel like the cream inside an Oreo right now, just getting weird from both ends. You know, it's rock hard up front, and it's rock hard. It feels like it's about to shoot out my rear, and I need some.
Well,
And I'm also bleeding. Even my boogers are harder than hell.
I don't know what that's about.
Well, the boogers
but
keep coming too, so not only are they hard as hell, but they just keep rolling out. I don't know if that's the X-Lax and then, you know, the Viagra. This is bizarre.
Never have heard anything like that.
But I did an awful lot. What should I do? I mean,
There's nothing you can do.
You sure? Is there any kind of contraceptive to kill this beast, or?
No. The X-Lax is causing you to have pain, right?
Yeah, lots in my nostrils and down my throat, and even in my intestines.
Well, I don't know about your nostrils and down your throat, but
Well, it's probably because I took it nasally, aka I sniffed it. Because that's what the kids are doing these days. I'm 44 years old. I don't know exactly. I mean,
what's the point of snorting it?
Because they said it hit you quicker. I don't know. Damn kids these days. It just hit me harder than a damn rock.
What did you?
That's kind of unprofessional, to be completely honest, but it's okay. I understand this situation,
No, what I'm trying to find out though is, did you think you were sniffing cocaine or something, or heroin or meth or something, and then?
Do I really want to divulge myself? I mean, I wanted something that was gonna get me, get me up, but I didn't think it was gonna be in this sense. This is.
What time was this?
It was just about 15 minutes ago, and everything. I thought I was starting to feel effects of maybe a drug, but I tell you, I hadn't gotten off the old porcelain throne in a hot minute.
Yeah, and let me look here. There's really not a lot you can do. Can I have your zip code, please?
I'm literally pulling this shit out of me. Hang on.
Pulling what?
Hang on. Hang on. You know what? Now that I think about it, I'm sorry. Maybe it was actually Kane, and turns out I think they just shoved the double-ended dildo on my ass. That's what it was. My apologies. I just have a great night.
I hope they can't trace that back to you, Ryan. I really hope that you dialed that *67 right. Turn the lights off. The helicopter's going to be coming over in 5 minutes.
That was okay. That was okay.
Hey,
oh,
the
shit.
pizza guy is here. The pizza guy is here.
Coming to save my life, one slice at a time.
All right, impromptu interview right now with the pizza guy.
What it is, dude? How's your night going, bro?
It's going all right.
Oh, yeah.
Here, you want to speak your name into the microphone?
My name's Bob.
Welcome to the show, Bob. Welcome.
Papa Bob up in the motherfucking house.
Oh, that pizza's smelling pretty good.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Just in case you guys are wondering, we had to cut that interview out so quick because that guy was a stalefish. He sucks so bad, but the pizza was so good.
He's the king of the crabs, Hermit.
Papa John's, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
But, dude, we should make that a trend on our show, is to prank delivery drivers on radio as most fucked up as we can. Remember that one?
Next time.
Remember the one in Chicago we did?
Oh, yeah. Damn,
Dude.
I forgot about that.
Gary and me got us a bunch of plastic wrap, and we literally made it look like a current murder scene.
A whole gallon of fake blood.
It looked fucking legit, dude. And this guy was spooked to the high hells.
This guy showed up. We had Sam completely stripped down to his boxers. There was like knives all over the floor, and he was rolled up with blood, like. And anyway, the long story short, the pizza guy, delivery guy shows up, and we're sliding Sam across the floor, and there's like smears of blood everywhere, and this guy turned completely white. He like got really quiet and like set the pizza down, and like we asked him. I think we asked him to like help us move you out to the trunk or something.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and this guy's like.
Dude, I know what he was doing.
He got his phone out. He's spazzing.
I think he was trying to take in every single thing he can possibly think of and
red
use
carpet,
it.
white drapes.
A fucking white dog
6'1",
covered in blood. I don't know
goatee.
how that happened.
Speaking of that dog used to suck his dick and come in his mouth. that dog would suck his dick, come in his mouth, and then walk across the room and look really guilty and spit his cum on the floor, and then take off running as fast as it could.
This is not a fucking joke.
Oh,
this
shit.
is 150% truth.
Speaking of cum, I got a story for you.
I was always jealous of that dog. I can always touch my own dick and suck the head of it, but I can never make it pleasurable. But anyways,
that's all you need, really, sometimes.
No, not
But,
in that case. Not when you gotta
story.
imagine not you sucking your own dick.
A story for you. I'm not going to mention names because I'll know who it is, and a lot of people out there has probably heard this story, so they'll know who I'm talking about too. But one time, We were on a trip somewhere, and Sam was driving, and my friend that I'm not going to name his name, Bear Dangerous, was in the passenger seat, and I was in the back. And they were talking about what we listened to Playboy Radio or something.
Yep.
And they're
That's a
talking
whole
about
other story,
being
too.
comfortable enough in front of your friends to be able to jerk off or have sex or whatever. So he turns around and makes the most like. The first time he turned around, he made eye contact with me. He goes like, "I bet you can't jerk off in front of us." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah, I can." So I load up Pornhub on my phone, and I'm trying to get it hard and everything. It was too awkward because both of them kept turning around and looking at me. And then I was like, "I just can't do it. Can't do it." So, well, yeah, I started talking or something. Eventually, I fell asleep. Right?
That's what we thought.
Well, I think I was asleep, but and then he like out of the blue, I hear him up there. He's like, "Yeah, I knew you couldn't do it." So I loaded up Pornhub on my phone again. And the girl that was in the video looked like his mom. So I was like, "Oh yeah, I got this." So I get it hard, and they're jerking off, and Sam.
We were. I caught on after a minute because all you hear is.
So yeah, he turns around. He knew what was going on. Barrett had no idea. I'm jerking off. I'm speeding up, going quicker and quicker. And I'm ready to bust. And right when I was on the verge of coming, he turned around and made eye contact with me. And it was awkward. I came in my hand. I slapped him right across the side of the face with it. He was pissed.
Oh, my God. There was a lot of skeet on that. His shoulder looked like a whole different color. It was all fucking, when it dried, it was completely rock hard.
Well, we were in West Virginia at the time, and we pulled over to the gas station, and I went and I wiped the rest of my cum on the toilet paper, so I probably got a bastard child out there somewhere.
If you heard this and you wipe your pussy with some TP from the nearest speedway of a West Virginia market, you are the father.
Well, it's been a decent first show. This is kind of our pilot edition.
Next show, as long as this keeps maintaining its fun, is going to be fucking gnarly as hell. The things we already have lined up are out of this world. Sometimes literally might have to do with the dead. We don't know.
And just remember, our mission is to ensure a better quality of life, both for our elderly listeners and their family, by providing dependable and affordable listening pleasure at a moment's notice. We are a trusted and respected organization that takes responsible roles in supporting our fans and your mom's saggy titties in our community. Oh!
So we here at Cramp The Stupid, we invite you to join us next week for more pranks, directions on how to check for breast cancer with your mouth, snorting of things that aren't Viagra, and some good old-fashioned storytelling.
Fuck, I'm glad this is over.
Woo!